The sky above the floating island was fractured, not by clouds, but by jagged tears in reality, the hallmark of the precious stone's instability, now bleeding into a digital nightmare. Dr. Light's laboratory had collided with the Mushroom Kingdom, and deep within the bowels of the resulting megastructure, a throne room made of pulsating data and organic muscle sat at the center. "I don't care if it's a maverick or a Koopa," Bowser growled, his voice vibrating through the floor. He gripped the edge of his throne, his eyes darting toward the two figures standing before him. "You're in my gut, you're in my castle, and now you're in my way." Mario and Luigi stood ready, hammers raised, but their attention was fixed on the figure looming in the shadows behind Bowser. It was Sigma, his jagged armor leaking corrupted data, his saber humming with a violet, discordant energy. He had merged with the essence of Lumina, the guardian of sonic shuffle, turning reality into a board game governed by chaotic, lethal rules. "The board is set, plumber," Sigma sneered, his voice layered with the digital screech of a dying world. "Every move you make is a calculated loss. I have integrated the DNA of this beast into my own. Soon, the Reploid and Mushroom realms will overwrite each other until only the void remains." "Let's-a go," Mario shouted, leaping into the air. As Mario lunged, the floor beneath them shifted. A golden die the size of a carriage slammed onto the stone, glowing with an ominous light. It stopped on a skull icon. Crack. Gravity inverted. Mario and Luigi were swept off their feet, floating into the air as the room transformed. Suddenly, the walls sprouted Maverick-style cannons, and the floor turned into a grid of shimmering, hazardous panels. "Luigi, watch out!" Mario yelled, grabbing his brother's hand just as a plasma blast tore through the air where they had been standing. From the corner of the room, a blue blur darted through the chaos. X, clad in the fourth armor, slid into view, his buster charged. He didn't look at the plumbers, he was locked onto Sigma. "Bowser," X shouted, his voice strained. "He's using your life force to power the rift. You have to fight him from the inside. Use the vacuum technique." Bowser, confused and furious that his own body was being used as a staging ground for a galactic takeover, let out a roar that shook the very foundation of the room. "I don't take orders from tin cans, but I do hate being used." Bowser inhaled sharply, his chest cavity glowing with a vacuum-like suction. Sigma stumbled, his digital form flickering as the immense gravitational force pulled at his data stores. "Mario's now," Bowser roared. The brothers didn't hesitate. With a synchronized leap, they vaulted off the shifting grid, their hammers glowing with the combined energy of the Mushroom Kingdom and the erratic, shimmering power of the precious stone. As Sigma struggled against the suction of the Koopa King, X unleashed a devastating full-charge shot, the beam weaving through the floating game board pieces. Mario and Luigi brought their hammers down with the force of a falling star, striking the exact point where Sigma's armor met the organic membrane of Bowser's castle. The impact caused a chain reaction. The precious stone shattered, sending shards of pure potential flying through the room. The digital board shattered. Sigma screamed, a sound like 1,000 crashing servers, as he was ripped from the dimensional rift. Silence fell over the throne room. The gravity returned to normal, and Bowser slumped back onto his throne, panting. X stood up, his armor venting steam, looking at the two plumbers. "The board is closed," X said, holstering his buster. Mario tipped his hat, and Luigi gave a nervous, trembling thumbs up. Bowser, looking at the wreckage of his throne room, groaned. "Great! My castle is back, but it's full of scrap metal. Get out of here, all of you." As the plumbers and the maverick hunter vanished through a closing portal, Bowser leaned back, closing his eyes. Inside, his gut felt a little less like a server room and a little more like home. Though he'd never admit it, the silence felt a little too quiet.